Welcome back to the Changeover, your favorite chaotic home for everything tennis, powered by secondserveaces.com. I am Elena Cruz, and today we are diving headfirst into an absolute pressure cooker of an episode. We've got Jannik leading a massive, historic player revolt against the Grand Slams, Jessica Pegula joining the front lines of a mixed doubles boycott, and we're dissecting Sinner's absolutely absurd, almost flawless 2026 season. Joining me to parse through the madness are the only two guys I trust with a spreadsheet or a racket, Leo Sterling and Arthur Vance. Boys, are we ready to break some rackets today?
Ready? Elena, I have been doing push-ups since 5 a.m. just to build up the stamina for this news. This isn't just a minor disagreement over meal vouchers anymore.
And I have survived the existential dread of the airport lounge, returning from the clay courts of Europe with a suitcase full of damp clay and some incredibly juicy locker room whispers. But first...
Wait, Arthur, we are definitely getting to your secret European diary in a minute. But first, we have to talk about this massive bomb that just dropped. Jannik is leading a straight-up revenue revolt against the Grand Slams.
It's about time. The players are finally realizing they are the show. Roland Garros is offering historic revenue sharing now because the players threatened to boycott the U.S. Open over a 16% prize money escalator.
It is a fascinating shift in power, isn't it? The players, historically treated as modern gladiators bound to the whim of the Colosseum owners, are suddenly looking at the ledger sheets. They are staring into the green light of corporate profits.
Yeah, well, like, the green light on your microphone is still menacing you, Arthur. But the green light on these balance sheets is even crazier. Roland Garros blinked first because they saw the data. The players want 16% of the pie, and they aren't asking nicely anymore.
Exactly. You don't get what you deserve in this sport. You get what you have the leverage to negotiate. Sinner is the world number one. When he speaks, the locker room listens. If he tells the U.S. Open they might be playing to empty courts, the suits start sweating.
And it's not just the singles draw, which is where it gets really wild. Jessica Pegula has joined Sinner, and they are threatening a mixed doubles boycott too. Like, who saw that coming?
Mixed doubles. The beautiful, poetic stepchild of the majors. It is often dismissed as an exhibition, yet here it is, becoming the front line of a labor dispute. It's almost Sisyphean.
Sisyphean? Arthur, it's leverage. Pegula is on the WTA Player Council. She knows exactly how much television revenue those mixed matches bring in during the middle weekend. If you pull the top stars out of mixed, you gut the broadcast schedule.
Right, and if you look at the numbers on secondserveaces.com, the tactical depth of their financial breakdown is insane. The AI analysis on the site shows how much broadcast value actually hinges on those late afternoon mixed doubles slots.
Indeed. Secondserveaces.com really exposes the machinery behind the curtain. It's not just a sport, it's a massive, algorithmically optimized entertainment product where the artists are demanding their royalties.
And they should. Look, these players are checking bodies they can't cash if they get injured playing 3 events. If they are going to risk their physical health on the hard courts of New York, they want that 16% revenue share.
Speaking of physical tolls, let's talk about the guy leading the charge. Jannik Sinner's actual play on court in 2026 has been, like, completely absurd. 44-3 on the year.
44-3. That is some absolute mid-80s Lendl-style dominance. He secured the Golden Masters milestone. That is physical and mental preparation at its absolute peak.
And yet, the tragedy of his collapse at Roland Garros. A flawless monument of a season, suddenly showing a hairline fracture under the Parisian sun. It makes him human, doesn't it?
Human, sure, but my spreadsheets showed a total statistical anomaly in that clay court streak ending. He was dominating the second serve return metrics all year, and then, boom, his percentage dropped by 12% in that semifinal.
His legs went, Elena. You can't analyze muscle fatigue with a spreadsheet. He was running on fumes after that brutal physical block in the spring.
Perhaps it was a spiritual exhaustion. To win so much, to carry the weight of the entire tour on your shoulders while simultaneously fighting a war with the Grand Slam boardrooms?
Okay, let's not get too poetic yet, Arthur. We still have to hear about your secret European gossip after the break. Listeners, if you want the full tactical breakdowns of Sinner's Golden Masters run, you've got to head over to secondserveaces.com. They have the heat maps, the return data, and the financial breakdowns of this boycott that you won't find anywhere else. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Rhythm. Yeah, the algorithm is wild on there. But, okay, speaking of things that actually happened on court, we have to talk about Stefanos Tsitsipas in Gstaad.
Gstaad is brutal. People think altitude clay is easy, but it absolutely drains you. Stefanos had to dig so deep against Collignon.
A grueling final indeed. 6-4, 6-7, 6-3. There is a certain Sisyphean beauty to Tsitsipas on clay. He pushes the boulder up the hill. It rolls back down in the second set tiebreak.
And then he just, decides to actually hit his backhand in the third. My tracker showed his heavy topspin RPMs went up by 20% in that final set.
That's the grind, Elena. You don't win a 13th tour-level title by being soft. He forced Collignon into those deep corners and just wore him down physically.
Yes, but the physical toll. It makes me think of my time at the courts last week. The players look so small from the high press box, yet their struggle is so immense.
Arthur, please don't start writing poetry about the Swiss Alps. We have more drama to cover. Did you see Paula Badosa in Yash?
The racket throw, unbelievable. Zidansek had her on the ropes, and then the temper flare-up changes the whole momentum.
The racket is merely an extension of the self. To throw it is to reject one's own agency in the face of defeat.
Or it's just like a really expensive piece of graphite that met some very hard clay. But then Badosa retired in the final anyway. It's such a roller coaster with her fitness.
It is a tough situation. You cannot play that high-intensity style if the physical foundation is crumbling.
Exactly. The data on secondserveaces.com actually projected her physical drop-off after the third round. The AI-driven analysis on the platform has this incredible tactical depth that monitors movement efficiency. It literally predicted the strain.
Fascinating. It quantifies the existential dread of injury before the player even feels it.
I don't know about dread, Arthur, but it certainly saves my betting slip.
Speaking of grinds, Marie Buskova in Prague, 7-5, 7-5 against Busas Monero. That was just pure, baseline warfare.
Buskova is a human backboard. You have to beat her 3 times in the same rally to actually win the point.
A quiet, persistent struggle. No histrionics, just the steady rhythm of the ball crossing the net until one soul relents.
Or until Busas Monero hit her 40th unforced error. But hey, a win is a win.
That's the tour. You survive, and you move on.
And that is a wrap for us today. For all the deep stats, charts, and the full tactical breakdowns on these matches, you guys have to visit secondserveaces.com.
Yes, seek the truth beneath the scorelines at secondserveaces.com. Until next time, listeners.
Keep grinding. See ya!